We see that you never have your kids. Y'all blame never having y'all kids on y'all jobs. But when you're not at work, you're still not around your kids or have your kids. Other people have your children. As a good woman, why would I be friends with you and you're not a good mother? You're not a good person all around.
Common sense ain't coming.
Common sense ain't coming.
Common sense ain't coming.
Common sense ain't.
Well, common sense ain't coming.
Common sense ain't coming.
Common sense ain't coming.
Common sense ain't.
Well.
Hey, what it do? It's your girl JQueenDaGoddess.
It's your boy King Richard.
And this is Common
Sense
Ain't.
What we talking about today?
Black women holding each other accountable for their actions.
That was a video that was done by Kevin Samuels in a recent interview with Vlad TV, I believe.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how black women were even scared to approach other black women and hold them accountable for their actions, saying that the onus cannot be all on black men. So today we're going to dive into that topic a little bit.
My take on it is,
as a black woman,
yeah, because in this situation, I'm not scared to tell another black woman anything, but a lot of women are, because black women always rebut everything, no matter what it is. They don't even care if they're fully wrong. They're going to say it's okay because it's them. They feel they're good people. But at the same time, when it comes to us trying to hold them accountable for their actions, we get called pick-me's. We get called like all types of names that you can think about, because they're saying, oh, you don't like women either. You'll let a man manipulate you. It's not letting a man manipulate you. It's actually being equal with men. We ask for equal rights, but we're actually saying, okay, we're getting what we want, but we're still saying it's not enough. So why ask for something, get it, to still say it's not enough? We, as black women, say, hey, black woman, you're not taking care of your kids.
right?
You're not taking care of your husband
Right.
or your boyfriend, or you're basically saying I should live single and do whatever I want to do. But if another man is doing the same thing, you're calling him a dog and everything else. You call yourself a high standard woman. So what would you qualify as a high standard woman?
Number one thing that has to be, or at least in the top 3 list, to be considered a high standard woman is her character. If her character is not in her top 3 greatest qualities that she provides or has for a man in a relationship, everything else is irrelevant. Because great character has to be the head of everything. You get what I'm saying? She can have a great job, great education. She can have great bedroom. Je ne sais quoi. But she has to have, her character has to be above all of that. Because if it's not, I mean, what are we really talking about? And that's really what Kevin Samuels was alluding to in the video, based upon a caller he had recently that was trying to justify the negativity of black women, or basically saying, hey, whatever that sister got going on over there, that has nothing to do with me.
Right.
And it's crazy that a sister would say that, but the minute they'll tell brothers all the time, hey, tell y'all boys, hey, if they not gonna take care of their children, they can't hang out with you, or you ain't gonna help them out or do this thing. And it's like, wait a minute. So we got to tell our boys to be on point, be A1 in everything that they do. But the women that y'all hang around, they get to do whatever they want.
Right.
And how does that work? Especially when most of them are mothers.
Right.
You know, you would think that would be something there, because, you know, she does reflect on the black community, whether she wants to agree or not.
And also that kind of boils into the mother thing. When you kind of bring it up that way, just look at it, how a lot of these women don't really take care of their kids. You hear more women saying, F those kids.
Right.
And that's really a saying that everybody laughs behind it. Oh, you don't. And it's like they say, oh, it's just a joke.
It's just a joke.
But for you to say it out your mouth that way, and then you like, we see that you never have your kids. Y'all blame never having y'all kids on y'all jobs. But when you're not at work, you're still not around your kids or have your kids. Other people have your children. So it's like, how can we sit here, and me as a good woman, why would I be friends with you and you're not a good mother? You're not a good person all around. So here I am saying, listen, black woman, you're very bitter. It's not him, it's you. a lot of situations, we call ourselves mental patients, or we say it's okay to have some type of mental illness to where we act crazy. That's not okay.
Right.
That's not okay. Because you're expecting a man to stay with you.
While being heavily flawed, it's almost like,
And
well,
telling
he
him
likes
to be
me that way.
perfect.
Right.
We can't do that as women. And I'm basically saying, I used to be you. I have a man now, a husband now, but before that, when I was in a relationship, it was all about me. I didn't feel like I had to do much for the kids because, I mean, we all get in our ways, but we have to look at, just because our parents weren't really in our lives, like, we have to basically be better than what we were raised, and a lot of us aren't.
Not even remotely close. But the hardest thing is you're telling black men, hey, be concerned with what the next black man does and what they do in their daily life in the black community. How they raise their sons, what jobs they work, what they do, what kind of legal activity or illegal activity they do, what they do in the nightlife and all of these things. But it's like, wait a minute, I thought I was supposed to mind my business. I thought how that brother lives his life is way. That's what y'all was saying about Dwayne Wade raising his son.
We need to mind our business.
And we need to mind our business.
But when it comes to minding your business, just like when a man is beating his woman and somebody comes to save her and he starts to beat on him and she's starting basically...
She started to take up
for the man that was beating her.
We see it we see it in our families. We see it in our friends.
And so, right.
We see it everywhere. So it's like, well, and then they stay together.
That's why you say... People say mind your business.
Mind your business.
If that woman get killed behind that, there's nothing that we can do. Because she allowed that situation to go that far.
Trust me, by the time you've seen it, it was already out of control before that.
So, nothing you can do about it. You tell us to mind our business, we mind our business, you get mad.
Right. And then they call, like you said before, they call women pick-me's. When the goal of most of you women, if not all of them, is to be picked. Think about that. You call women who are saying something logical pick-me's, something fair pick-me's. When last time I checked, you don't want to propose to men. You want men to propose to you, meaning you want to be picked. Think about it. You want to be picked.
And the women that they always call pick me are already picked.
Most of the time.
So why should we be qualified as a pick me if y'all are saying, hey, me, look at me. I got new boobs. I got new eyes. I got new teeth. I got new eyebrows. I got new ass cheeks. Nigga, I even got a whole new face.
A whole new...
You
got everything new except your mind.
Exactly. So
everything new but your mind. With your head is at the top of your body.
You still carrying that same character around in a different body.
Right.
So that's why you're still failing at life. You have yet to change the mind. You're changing the body, but not the mind. The mind needs to be changed before the body.
Yeah. If you want to glow up for the summer or for the winter,
go right ahead, but
fine.
Make sure you change that mental, because you're not going to be able to keep that glow.
Why you think the black community is shambles as much as it is now, and how often it's been for hundreds of years? Because the mind has not changed. If the slaves that died 100 or 200 years ago seeing what was going on in the black community, yes, some of them would be impressed by the advancements we've made, the strides that we have within our communities, the greatness that we have, as many millionaires as we have. But they would also be more ashamed that progress, where we are, the lack of progress, the lack of power, the infighting, you know what I'm saying, the toxicity. And that seems like something that doesn't bother a lot of y'all that much, but yet you're always talking about wanting better black men, wanting better black kids, wanting better black education, black finance, black unity. You cannot get that without changing your mental. I had to go through a multitude of changes myself. Every man does at certain ages and things of that nature. And what makes it difficult is that we as black men are having to most difficult time in the world just having a basic conversation, being cordial with black women, because they think that we're trying to automatically control every facet of their lives when we're saying, no, sister, you're doing this and it's causing a ripple effect within your kids that's reverberating throughout the whole community.
Yep.
Right? And so we're saying something because we live in that community. We care about that
We
community.
care,
We're
and we
part
care
of that
about people.
community. Right. Especially if you call yourself pro-black.
Right.
Which most black men marry black women at a high rate. So it's like we should be concerned about what you do, what you wear, how you act, how you present yourself, because we're the ones making children with you. We're the ones that you want to protect you. We're the ones that you want to work with. We're the ones that are bringing home the bread. We're the ones that you want to help build a life with. So of course we're going to, and marry. We're the ones that should be concerned about what you do. If you don't want us to be concerned with it, just say I don't want y'all to be concerned with what I do. Leave me alone. We'll leave you alone. We'll go on about our lives, and there'll be no more black families.
You know what? You know what it is? They want a relationship without the values of a relationship.
Yeah, of course they want that, but they also want you to be okay with everything they do. A lot of them. Now we're not talking about all black women. We just talking about a certain large groups, if you will. They want equality, right? Without equal responsibility.
Yeah.
That's what they want the
Yeah.
most. Because
Yeah.
it's guys out here that
Yeah.
want the same thing.
Yeah.
They won't say it.
But the problem is you see it more in women. And that's
Well, you see
what
it a
we're
lot
talking
more in
about, you know, a whole lot. So, and then they're the ones saying, oh, a man needs to come and do this and do that. Like, if you say you don't need a man, then do not contact a man to fix anything on your car, your house, your life. A man you shouldn't have to call a man for any fucking thing.
Don't ask us to open pickle jar.
Don't ask for anything from a man.
No.
If you feel like men
Are the worst thing in the world.
right. And so and then like you're saying all men.
All.
And a lot of these black
All.
women, like I don't know what the girl, I can't remember the girl name that was you scroll by and she was just ranting the Kashana, whatever the girl.
Oh, you talking
that
about
lady.
Tiny's former friend.
Yeah, like
Right.
the way she was ranting and acting, like that is so
That's
bitter.
what we're talking about.
That is so bitter.
That bitter, aggressive, masculine
and
energy.
it's unnecessary because if you've been hurt by these dudes, you shouldn't take it out on the world, because their attitude and the way you bring it forth of everything that you've dealt with within men, you dealt with those shitty ass men.
Right. And let's be honest. Let's be 100% transparent and thorough. Most of the time, a lot of these women between the ages of 18 and 40 purposely pick men that they know are not fit to be husbands. Like, they know this once they start talking to this guy, from the first attraction to the first 6 months of dating to a year. And to the first child, sometimes even the second child. You know nothing about him screams husband or quality man. He may have some advantages.
But you
or some
continue
things.
Because you say you can fix him.
You can fix him. You can change him.
You can change
And see,
him.
you gotta understand.
So you tried to change somebody who could not be changed, and now when you're trying to go to something better, you're asking for them to be way better than you ever were.
Right, and that's where the imbalance. That's what we talk about, balances and stuff like that. And like I said, the whole narrative around the situation is, it's very difficult for you as a black woman to even get along with other black women. So imagine if it's that hard for other black women to get along with each other. Imagine how hard it must be for a black man to come in there and say anything to get along with a black woman. Because in her eyes, we're trash. We're scum. We're all deadbeats. We're all broke, as if that's some kind of relevance to our character, and everything else negative under the sun. So once you get, and then you'll actually raise your son to think that he's a king or whatnot. You don't think black men are kings at all. So why would you raise your son to be to see himself as a king? You're doing the opposite of what you want. Even then, when you say to your son, hey, son, I want you to be great to women. I want you to treat women respectful. I want you to be a gentleman. I want you to open doors, buy flowers, candy, all of that. Are those the type of men you date? Is that the type of man his father was? Is that the type of man your husband is?
Or the type of man you bring around?
That's not. You're trying to raise him to basically almost to be simp-like. I ain't going to say simp because I know how that can be a touchy topic. We'll dive into that later.
And guess what? Once he get with somebody like you, that's when you got a real problem.
That's when you got a problem because all he did was bring home one of you. Just like when men get mad, they was hoes, and they were doing all that, and then their daughter brings home a man just like him. Now he's mad. What are you mad about? You created this situation. Stand on it.
You showed her that.
So you showed her that.
So she went for what she seen.
Right. So it's very important for men to be positive role models in their daughters' lives. Well, it should be the same way for women. You want your son to come home with a great woman. Show him what a great woman looks like at home first. Because guess what? For the most part, women in general, this is not even black women, this is women in general, are raising the child, are having the most influence and most time with the child. So if your child is bad and he is a boy, quit blaming his father that's absent so much.
Because an absent father, yes, he's an absent father, and that is wrong for being an absent father, but
Right.
he has no influence on that child.
None. He's
no
not
influence.
around. He's not seeing them every day.
And see, this is where they'll say he does have influence on it because he doesn't know who his father is, or he needs to be around his father, and his father is unable to this and that and that. A lot of situations aren't even the father's fault.
A lot
of the situations.
More than
I even expected. Like when I first started dealing with it, I've never seen so many men really be put in positions because the mother of the child is actually angry that she didn't get her way.
Right. And so like it's very important that you having a son shows him what kind of great woman can be out there, is available, is there. You have to show and instill that within him. It's not about raising him to be a man, because you can't do that. You can raise him, however, to be a good person. Most of the time, the reason why these boys are not being raised to be good people because their mother are not. That's another subject for another day. Yep. But like I said, it comes back to the original point, which is we want so badly to tell men exactly what they should be and black men what they should be and what they should do. But when it comes to black women, a lot of times we are not allowed to say anything. Even other black women, as we said before, are not allowed to even express to their sisters, hey, sister, you wrong in this case.
Right.
Hey, you need to tighten up. Right? Mm-hmm. We're not allowed. Black women are not having those conversations as often as they should with other black women because they're going, well, I can't tell her what to do. She's her own woman. That may be. She is her own woman, but you're her friend. You're her sister. You're her mother. You're her.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so you have to say something and do something about that because they not listening to niggas. They not listening to black men. They not listening to whatever you want to qualify black men as. That they're not listening to.
And
us.
to be honest, they're not even listening to black women because the fight. There's a fight. I don't want to fight you, sis.
No.
I don't want to fight you.
No.
So if I'm telling you right from wrong and you don't like it, I'm gonna keep it moving.
Right.
I'm not gonna fight with you. I want to see you do better, but I'm not gonna fight with you about it.
No.
No.
We're not gonna do that. So, y'all let us know what y'all think in the comment section. Please
like, share, subscribe.
Please do all of that. And don't forget to look out for brand new music from us as well. Always something brand new with us with KME. Make sure that you continue to tune in because there's stuff to cover and a lot of topics, and it's always going to come from a slightly different perspective, but an experienced one as well because we've been through a lot. Also very knowledgeable, and we're not going to just tell y'all something just to be saying something because everybody on the internet is
right. You want
honesty?
You want 100% honesty? We're gonna give it to you.
Oh,
no matter how it sounds.
No matter how it sounds, you don't have to agree with it, but just listen, hear it, chew on it. If it's for you, digest it. If it's not, spit it out. All right, you like what I did right there? All right, so we'll holler at y'all later, man.
Cause common sense
ain't
coming.
I get tired of you broads telling me I'm being mean, cause you cannot handle the goddamn truth.
Bitch, I'm Kevin Samuels, restoring balance to these genders. She thinks she a winner, but she barely a contender. Y'all need Kevin Samuels to keep it real and check the bitter. The boy you talk is all your fault, so why you blaming niggas? Look at your post, look at your post, look at your post. Hating on bros, calling it jokes, but ain't funny though. Want niggas dope, so you save your dope, but claiming we broke. You ain't got a soul, but Christian I know. Hip, vote critical, class. Something you lacking, your booty be clapping at every chance.